Welcome to our city, and here's what's going on this week around our city. On Wednesday, December 4th at 6 p.m., Mayor Bowles will join 5th Ward Councilman William Gallman Jr. at his annual tree lighting. This event will take place at the Woodruff Park, which is located at the intersection of Mary Street and Jackson Avenue. This event will feature holiday music and a visit from Santa and much, much more. Then on Thursday, December 5th at 5:30 p.m., Mayor Bowles will attend the Midtown Special Improvement District's tree lighting ceremony at the Pedestrian Plaza. This is located next to the Midtown Elizabeth train station on West Grand Street. The event will feature a visit from Santa, music, and light refreshments. For more information, please call 908-355-9600. Then on Friday, December 6th, Mayor Bowles will attend the play Singing in the Rain. This is presented by the Elizabeth Theater Company. This play will start at 7:30 p.m. and be performed again on Saturday, December 7th at 7:30 p.m. at the Thomas Jefferson Arts Academy. On Saturday, December 7th, Mayor Bowles will attend our annual Pearl Harbor Day ceremony at the Elizabeth River Trail entrance. This is next to the Fire Engine 1 on South Broad Street. Then on Monday, December 9th at 6 p.m., Mayor Bowles will join Councilman of the 3rd Ward, Kevin Canary, at the annual tree lighting ceremony at the intersection of Park Avenue and Summit Road. This event will include holiday music and a visit from Santa. If you need more information concerning these events or any other this week, please call the Public Information Office at 908-820-4124. Joining me this week for this segment is the Institute of Music for Children. Representing that organization is Alysia Souder. She's the Executive Director, and Prezzy Bryant. She's the Founder, Board Chairman, and Event Honoree for the upcoming event. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And Alysia, I'm going to start with you since
Sure.
I've seen you before on the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Sure, I'm the Executive Director of the Institute. This is my 10th year in leadership, and I have a history in arts education, and we've been able to really provide access to as many children as possible to the arts in all different art forms. So we do instrumental music, of course, Institute of Music, but we also do performing arts, acting, singing, dancing. We do media arts, filmmaking, graphic design, electronic music, even culinary arts.
Okay, thank you. And Betty, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Well, I'm a native of South Carolina. I came to New Jersey to teach, and I taught in the Newark public school system for 31 years.
Okay, what part of South Carolina is that?
A little place called Vance in Orangeburg County.
You can say that a little, I've never heard that before. Okay.
Very rural, very rural.
And Alysia, I met you years ago on the Alliance, Elizabeth Municipal Alliance. Mm-hmm. And all this time I thought you were a singer. You said you don't sing.
I sing in the shower.
And what about playing piano?
I play piano in my dreams.
Okay. And...
But I am an actor, director,
okay.
and a writer.
All right. So the Institute of Music is celebrating its 25th anniversary. So tell us about the history of the Institute, please.
Sure. I'm going to have Betty start with that since she was really part there since the beginning.
Okay. The Institute actually came about as a brainchild of our former pastor at Third Westminster Presbyterian Church, the late Thomas Hall, and the former music director, the late Bertie Johnson. They wanted to find a way to provide a service to the community because the community had changed so much. So they felt that one of the things they could do was bring the children into the church and provide them with music lessons. A lot of the music had been cut from the schools because whenever there's a budget shortage, the arts are the first things to be cut. So that's how the Institute came about. I think it was in 2003, the Institute really took off and was growing so, and I asked permission from the session of the church to incorporate it, to let it be its own organization, so that the community could take hold of it and it could really expand. So we have been growing since and doing a lot of work, serving a lot of children in the area.
Now, I've passed by the Institute a few times. I saw some of your great works. I've caught some of your end of summer and other special programs. but that's just the tip of the iceberg. I know you take great pride in your facilities. So tell us some more about the Institute, please.
Sure. So we're located on the campus of Third Westminster Church. We actually have 3 buildings that we use and fill them up with children and arts. We have a school year program from October to May, which we have after-school classes during the week and also on Saturdays. That also, we start as young as 5 years old, and we go through high school. On Fridays is our special teen night program, and we have classes for them. They come in, can do a discussion group, stay for dinner, and then at the end of the night, there's a games portion of the night. So it's a real community space for our teenagers. We also have a summer arts program. So we have a 5-week summer program that sells out every year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real popular program.
Right.
And kids come year after year to that program and are able to do all types of art all day long. And then we also have an in the schools program. So we send artists into schools, community centers, even churches to do programs and bring the arts to them so
Right.
that they don't have to come to us.
What I found to be interesting is that you seem to introduce students to instruments for the first time ever in their life. Am I correct?
Absolutely. We were a real introductory and exploratory program. A lot of times music education especially is very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So for a parent to commit to putting their child in an art form, they sort of have to pick one.
Right.
With us, we fundraise 70% of our annual budget so that we can keep prices very low. We also provide financial aid and scholarships to make sure that no child is ever left is ever turned away.
Right.
And because of that, we're able to really make it as many children as possible to attend. So we serve about 1,000 children a year.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, you touched on it somewhat, but how has the Institute impacted the students who attend?
Well, I've had the opportunity to see the children over the years, and I've seen the growth in them. Many of them come back as youth workers. We've even had some to come back as teachers. But just to see the relationships between the children form with each other, and how some have shown behavior modification
Mm-hmm.
as a result of being involved in the Institute.
Now, you want to say?
I was just going to say the arts are certainly for kids who love the arts, but it's not just for those kids.
Right.
We have parents that enroll their children because their child is shy or because their child is having trouble with academics and needs another outlet.
Mm-hmm.
We have children that come to us because they're going through some emotional trauma. Their parents are struggling or they're just coming to the country for the first time. So the arts is really a gateway to becoming more comfortable, confident,
Mm-hmm.
and of course expressive.
Now, earlier you talked about teens and how much they were valued. What do you want people to know about your youth?
Well, I think that oftentimes, especially teenagers, can get a bad name for being removed or self-centered, and we don't really give them opportunities to shine. And what we love is the fact that through the Institute, children grow up in that community. So by the time they're teenagers, we are teaching them how to give back. We're teaching them how to care about one another, and we have an employment program, so we're able to hire teenagers and put them to work and
Right.
teach them really incredible workplace skills. So we find our teenagers, I often hear over and over again, these are the best teens I've ever seen, because they care, because they go through a volunteer period. So they go through sometimes a year and a half of volunteerism before they're employed. So they're really committed by the time they're there. We also teach them communication skills, critical thinking skills, conflict resolution, so that they're prepared not just as employees,
Right.
but just as citizens to be really excellent moving forward.
So we know music education is very expensive. Instruments, very, very expensive. And you have quite a collection over there. So how is the Institute funded?
Well, certainly we have a lot of private foundations that fund us. So we are writing grants a lot. We also get some government support as well through grants. The city of Elizabeth is one of our funders and has been a loyal funder for a long time. And we also do have tuition, so that is a part of it. Then the other side is we do also provide programs to organizations at a cost, so we have a fee base as well. So it's a mix. We have a pretty diverse income. We generate income from diverse means, so it puts us in a stable and it keeps us stable, even though all of our programs are provided to families at a reduced rate.
Okay. So we're going to take a brief pause, and we'll come back with the second half of the show, okay? All right. We'll be back with the second half of Our City after these words. Thank you.
Just minutes from New York City, we are the gateway to the state of New Jersey. Experience Elizabeth. It all starts here. Just minutes from New York City, we are the gateway to the state of New Jersey. Experience Elizabeth. It all starts here. Just minutes from New York City, we are the gateway to the state of New Jersey. Experience Elizabeth. It all starts here.
New Jersey is the cockpit of the revolution, and this was the center of the cockpit in many ways. Elizabeth became the center, really, of the skirmishing that went on during what we call the Forage Wars. Here in Elizabethtown, you will find that this was also the marketplace of the revolution. And Elizabethtown became a major jumping off spot for what we called the London trade. We would like to commemorate, certainly, the brave men who lived and gave their lives to our quest for independence. I can say it about the good people of Elizabethtown, just as I did when I was out on Long Island. And I will never forget this, looking down from the Brooklyn Heights at the Jamaica Pass and seeing the brave men of the Maryland regiments fighting a rearguard action to allow the rest of our army to retreat. And they were surrounded and completely overwhelmed, but they would not give up their positions, and I watched them fall one by one, and I said, dear God, how many brave men must I lose before this business ends? I would certainly like to invite everyone to come to Elizabethtown and see where this war was fought. The war for your independence, for your liberties, and your freedoms. And remember that, as I say, if New Jersey was the cockpit of the revolution, Elizabethtown was right in the center of it.
Just minutes from New York City, we are the gateway to the state of New Jersey. Experience Elizabeth. It all starts here.
Welcome back to the second half of Our City. Today we're talking about the Institute of Music for Children, and I'm pleased to be joined by two wonderful people. We're talking about their upcoming 25th anniversary celebration.
Yes.
December 7th?
Correct, Saturday.
Okay, so tell us why you chose Betty after all these years, to be the honoree?
There's no one better, really. Betty has been a force behind the growth and stability of the organization. She, as mentioned earlier, she took it from being a church program and was really the lead in founding it as a nonprofit. And then from there has served as our longtime board chair. She gives her time. She comes and does deposits. She has meetings. She tells people, gets donors to come and give to the organization. She really loves it as much as a child. And we just wanted to tell her how much we appreciate what she's given us all these years and all the children that she's impacted with her service.
So Betty, it's clear that over the years, the effect the Institute has had on its families. So how has this labor of love impacted your life? Share with that.
It has affirmed for me what I was taught as a child of giving service, the importance of giving service. And I realized that the community needs help. Parents in the community need help. They can't do everything on their own. So we need the churches and we need the nonprofits to come alongside, stand in the gap, and help to provide these services to the children, because they depend on us.
Right.
They depend on us.
So you were a teacher from the hours during the day. You could have went home and said, that's it for me, but you came back.
Yeah.
You have a love there and a passion.
Yes, I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So December 7th is the event.
Correct.
Tell us more about the event and what's going to happen that day.
Sure. So it's being held at Suburban Golf Club in Union. Really beautiful decor. It's all set up for Christmas holiday time, so it's really lovely. There's going to be a luncheon. There's going to be a silent auction. And there's also going to be entertainment. Some of our teachers are going to perform. Some of our top students are performing. And then, of course, we're going to have a presentation to honor Betty as well. But it turns out it's a really fun event. It goes very quickly, but it's jam-packed. There's a lot of also wonderful auction items as well.
Now, Betty, that night you're not going to sing. You're not going to do a special surprise performance.
No, I promise not to.
So you mentioned the kids. That night, what kind of performances will the kids provide?
Sure. So we have two performance ensembles that are going to be featured. One is going to be our harmony choir, which are some of our best singers are going to be performing. And there's a special song that was requested by Betty, so they're going to be singing that to her. We also have a strings ensemble, and what's really exciting about that is that those students are also participating in a master class with a world-class violinist. So he's not only been helping them rehearse, he's also going to perform on that day as well.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So Betty, how many years have you been with this organization?
Since it began, so I would say 25.
So what does it feel like to watch the kids perform? And be honest, does it ever get old?
No, no. Every time is like a new experience for me.
And
They're my babies.
And she especially loves the little ones.
Yes, the little ones.
Okay, you almost made her cry right there. So you mentioned an auction. What are some of the items that's going to be auctioned that day?
Some of the ones that we're bidding on ourselves as we start going. So we have some wonderful purses. We have some designer bags like Michael Kors, Coach bags. We also have some artwork. We have things like spa treatments, massages, and getting nails done in restaurants. We have, what's one of the...
Chart House, Ruth Chris.
Yes, steakhouses. Orsino's is also donated, and we have some wonderful gift certificates to that. We have tickets to the movies and tickets to theater events. So it's a real nice. And then we have gift baskets. We have perfume, high-end perfume. We have Chanel baskets, and so yeah, there's a lot. Busch Gardens tickets, they keep coming, yes.
So, mentioning all this, can businesses still donate if they still want to at this point?
Absolutely. We are. We have about another week and a half until we're closing that. So we would really welcome any business in the area that would like to donate and be a part of supporting this work. We also still have sponsorships available. They start at $250, but then their organization will be featured at our event as well. So, and then there's also still opportunities to donate and to put an ad in support of the Institute or in support of Betty.
And if someone wants to purchase tickets, how could they do so?
Sure. So they can go straight to our website. It's www.instituteofmusic.org. There's a link where they can purchase tickets, make a donation, become a sponsor, and something that we're doing this year is we are going to have a 25th anniversary tribute wall, and it's going to be in honor of Betty. So people can also choose to purchase a tile that they can either put their family name on it, their business name, or they can put a message to the Institute, to Betty herself, and that will become a permanent installation in our lobby of our organization, and they'll be a permanent part of the Institute.
Now, what other ways can we show support for this event?
Well, certainly attending,
Okay.
and certainly spreading the word about not only the event, but the work of the Institute. The Institute is really we are recognized statewide as doing excellent work in arts education. There's no other organization like us in this area that serves so many children, so many ages with so many art forms, and does it at a reduced cost. So spreading the word about the organization, giving us support in any way that you can, because we want to just give back to more and more kids. That's what our passion is. That's what we believe in, and that's what we want to do more of. So we welcome donations, sponsorships, attendance, or just a good prayer and spreading the word.
Now, 25 years ago, were you here day one or no?
I was not.
Okay. When you came, 10 years ago?
I was still in diapers then, Alonzo.
Okay, and when did you join?
I joined 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
And was that the original location 10 years ago or no?
Yes.
I thought it was somewhere else prior to the church, no? Or was it the church?
It's always been at the church.
Okay. As I said, we met during the Alliance meetings and all, and I always thought you were a singer, but you're not. So if people want to get in touch...
I am a singer, I just don't get paid for it.
Okay. So if someone wanted to get in contact with you, how could they do so?
Sure, so certainly through our website, but also they can call our office at 908-469-1211. And there's someone there from Tuesdays through Saturdays.
And before we close this segment, is there anything else either one of you want to add?
I would just like to say that we're really grateful to the City of Elizabeth for their ongoing support, for always the school district as well as the City Hall. The school district extends a rental to us in the summer so we could do a performance. City Hall certainly, like I said, gives us a grant, and Mayor Bolwidge is always available, attends our events. He's also going to make an appearance at our December 7th event, and that kind of support means a lot. Very important.
Right. And I notice a lot of times you have the special events, he shows up, supports, and helps out with the kids and everything, so.
Yes, every June we have a Walk for the Arts, a 5K walk, and he comes and walks with us. And so that's pretty special when you have a mayor that shows up not just to do a photo op, but to get involved and to really make a difference. So, thank you.
Thank you both, and congratulations.
Thank you.
All righty.
Thank you.
So we want to thank you for joining us for this segment of Our City. Once again, a big thank you to the Institute of Music, and congratulations to Betty. And we look forward to see you on December 7th. Have a safe and wonderful week, and thank you for watching this segment.